Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Man, Antonelli here. Today, answering your questions. I've gotten a lot of questions lately, and I've actually made a decent amount of videos on this, but I've never just directly answered this question. And so what we're going to talk about today is how much major league time did I have, how much minor league time did I have in my career, because it's probably the number one thing I get asked in the comment section. People say, you know, how long did you play for and who did you play for and all that stuff. You can also type that into Google and you can find it there on the internet. But I will help you guys out today because I get so many questions on it. So let's start with my entire career. I ended up playing about 8 professional seasons altogether. I got released during my 8th season, okay? So I played my first 5 seasons with the San Diego Padres. All right, then I went to the Washington Nationals, then I went to the Baltimore Orioles, then I went to the New York Yankees, and then I went to the Cleveland Indians. And that's when I finally got released with the Indians and never played baseball again and got into coaching, okay? And that was during my 8th season, okay? So 8 professional seasons altogether with, how many teams did I list? 5 different teams. So that was my full career. Now let's break it down and give you major league time and minor league time. Because a lot of times when I'll throw up videos, people will be like, you didn't play in the major leagues. Like, how do you know any of these things? So I did play in the major leagues. I didn't play a long time in the major leagues, clearly. I wish I had a 15-year career, but I didn't. So let's go back and go through my career real quick. I'm not going to hit on every stop that I made. I've made videos on that. But let's just talk about major league time and minor league time, okay? So I was drafted in 2006 by the Padres in the first round, 17th pick overall in the draft, okay? I went right to the minor leagues. I played my first season in the minor leagues. I played my second season in the minor leagues. My third season, I got called up to the major leagues, okay? I played about a month in the major leagues that year, okay? So that's when I made my debut in 2008, okay? In 2009, I went back down to AAA, okay? In 2010, I probably had my best spring training of my career. I ended up breaking my hand and getting wrist surgery at the very end of spring training. Now, I was put on the Major League roster that year. So I ended up playing the entire year, technically on the Major League roster. All right, so I have service time for that year. So I got pretty much almost a year of service time. I think I did get a year of service time that year, okay? So I didn't play at any Major League games, but I technically have Major League service time because I was on the roster for all of 2010, all right? In 2011, I went back down to the minor leagues when I got sent over to the Nationals. In 2012, I was in the minor leagues again with the Orioles. In 2013, I was in the minor leagues again, okay? And that's when I got released, okay? 2013 or 2012 I was with the Orioles and I was with the Yankees. I got sent over to the Yankees like kind of halfway through the season, okay? So that's how my career breaks up between minor leagues and major leagues. So a lot of people are always asking me, like, how much time was I up in the major leagues? If you look at my service time, which is basically how much major league time I had a year and like almost a quarter, I think, of major league time. Again, a lot of that was injured and I did not play any of that time with my broken hand and my wrist, all right? I only played for probably, I think, 30 games or so of actual major league time playing. Got it? Okay. The other experience I have with being around the major league team is in major league spring training. So in spring training, you're either sent, so pretty much everyone's sent to minor league spring training, and then the major league team goes to spring training as well as some other guys. Now, it's almost like most of the major league team is pretty much, they know who's going to make the major league team, a lot of the guys on the roster, but there's always some surprises. And so you have your 25 guys in Major League camp, but then you also get another, I don't even know how many it is, you probably got another 20 guys or so, so you've got basically your whole 40-man roster is going to go to spring training, but then you're going to have a few other guys as well, kind of almost like trying out, and some guys will get released altogether, some guys may get traded, and some guys will get sent down to the minor leagues, okay? So I went to Major League spring training in 2008 with the Padres. In 2009, I was in Major League Spring Training with the Padres. In 2010, I was in Major League Spring Training with the Padres. In 2011, I was not with the Nationals, although I did end up going and playing in a lot of Major League games. I wasn't technically in Major League camp, so I'd bounce back and forth. I'd go to minor league camp and then Major League camp and back and forth. 2012, I was in Major League camp with the Baltimore Orioles. And then 2013, I was back in minor league camp, okay? So how many years is that? I did 4 years of Major League camp and then the other years of minor league camp. And so when I talk a lot about being around Major League players and that kind of stuff, because people say, you know, how do you know about the Orioles when you weren't up with the Orioles? Well, in Major League camp, you play with a Major League team. So that's where a lot of the stories and stuff that I talk about when we talk about some players I played with and against and how good they were and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff is also from spring training, so it's not just from the regular season, okay? So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. That's kind of how my career went. That's how much time I played in the major leagues and how much time I played in the minor leagues. If you have any more questions, you can put in the comment section below. If you'd like to call me a bum, you can put that there too. A lot of people do that. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm used to it on YouTube. Also, give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the description box below, we've got a bunch of stuff there for you guys to check out. We've got a deal going on with Plate Crate. If you click the link, type in Antonelli, you'll get 50% off of your first Plate Crate. Also, there's a link down there to our Patreon page. If you could help support the channel, we'd really appreciate that. There's been a lot of people doing that recently, so thank you so much if you are one of them. And we've got a bunch of other stuff as well. And that's all I have. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you later.